What kind of a country do we live in? That's the question I want to know. What kind of a country do we live in? I've been watching this crap all day. I've been talking to people. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, Uncle Letty's here to tell you, what kind of country do we live in? How is this possible? Can you imagine if, God forbid, one night the LA Lakers, okay, team comes out, Jack Nicholson may or may not be courtside, and I walk out, suited up, me. I'm a forward, whatever the hell I am. And people look and goes, who the hell is this guy? What's going on here? I don't know how to talk. He looks like a child compared to these people. What is he, 60? He's 60. What? 66. Has he ever played before? He hasn't played basketball before? Wait. He's on the Lakers? What? This guy, me, Uncle Lenny, are they serious? They would be booing. I wouldn't have to throw a bat. Nothing. They'd say, get out of here. You're insulting the sport. That's the way I feel with Kamala. That's exactly the way I feel. My God. Can you believe you live in a country where she is even being considered? It's like me starting with the Lakers. And that's just a stupid basketball game. This is the president of the United States, the theoretical leader of the free world. Do you have any earthly idea of how stupid it would be? I mean, seriously. And that's really what this is about, because you're like me. You're saying, wait a minute. How is this happening? Now take my analogy a step further. Just work with me on this, okay? Work with me on this. And this is critical. Let's assume that as I take to the court, there are people on ESPN or whatever the hell that is, and they're saying, well, he's got a tremendous, great form, meaning me. And that's great to see this. He's a tremendous, a lot of experience. He's 66 years old, never played basketball in his life, but he's got a good attitude. You'd be saying, whoa, wait, hold it. What? Wait a minute, excuse me. And let's say you turn around and half of the LA forum is clapping for me, the other half is laughing and booing. That's the way I am with Kamala. It would be like you saying, what are they doing, these people? How is this even happening? That's exactly the way I feel. Say, what? Why don't they hold it? We can't do this. Dan and Bash would say, I can't do this. No, seriously, I can't. At least with Timmy, he was a governor. Guy was a governor. He was in Congress, knows a little bit about it. I might be full of crap, but she knows nothing. She's laughing and dancing, and she was a senator for an hour. That's exactly what we're thinking right now. That is precisely what we're thinking, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Now, I want to do a couple of things before we get going, because as you know, we are a capitalist society. And first and foremost, you better have a good reason why you have not gone to mypillow.com/Lionel, promo code Lionel, and said, hello, yeah, Uncle Lenny told me, yeah, I got a credit card. I want to buy everything you've got, at least one, promo code Lionel. Or you can go mypillow.com/Lionel. That's simple. You will not, there is nothing you will buy from My Pillow where you say, nothing. Nothing. They don't have anything where you would say, That's all I want to tell you. mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. mypillow.com/Lionel. I love that man. Mike Lindell. I love that man. I'm sorry. If loving him is wrong, I don't want to be right. I think the song says it best. Next. The response is kind of scary because, I got to tell you something. When things are going well or not, people aren't terrified, my Patriot supply doesn't do as well as when people are freaked out of their mind. I'm sorry to say it. It's almost like guard dogs, burglar alarms, ammunition, weapons. The more concerned you are, like Aurora, Colorado, they're selling some stuff. Why? Because it's falling apart. People are recognizing this, that the real threat of this blithering idiot getting anywhere near the White House. Emergency food. Preparewithlionel.com. They've got right now a mega monster mega sale, $300 off a 3-month emergency supply kit. 25 years. You stack it in your garage or your closet. You're set. You are set. Do it because I don't know what's going to happen. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. All day, my friends, I'm talking to people. I'm wondering, what is going on here? Now, with every one of these people, I get this. I think she's going to win. Why? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. What are you talking about? You get these people, stay away from these people. They'll drive you crazy. What are you basing this on? I don't know. You keep saying I don't know. You keep saying I don't know. What are you talking about? What does that mean? I'm not what? She do yourself a favor. Stay away from people. Remember, it's your friends that will get you in trouble. Remember this, my friends. You tell your kids. Tell your grandkids, grandbaby, whatever it is. You say, you know what? I can tell you all day long, but your friends, the people that you hang around with, those are the ones who are going to control your destiny. And there are people, I'm telling you out there, who have this thing where they go, I don't know, this comment. What? I don't know. Quit saying I don't know. Do you know people like this? I want to slap them, figuratively. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. I'm just... Now, I want to give you an idea of some of this stuff here. You know exactly how I feel. By the way, little timeout, little siding. Mrs. L and I noticed something the other day. Last night we went to, I told you, last night we went to see Reagan. Loved the movie. Corny, schmaltzy, propaganda, but great. It's good propaganda, American propaganda. I got no problem with it. But historically, no. No. They got that Robert Davia. What's his name? Davia. Davi. He always plays some degenerate. But he's very good. He's got that look. And John Voight, who was just fantastic. Oh, please. But anyway, so we had one of these places where you go in, and it's so nice, and we order food. You take your thing out. We ordered, some apps and a little pizza. They got healthy stuff, and we're doing our thing. Well, the movie starts, and I can't see. It's very dark. And I realized I don't like eating in the dark. I got to see it. I realize this. I know you're wondering, what does that have to do with it? It's an observation I made. I just want to show you this observation. Eating in the dark, no good. You heard of dancing in the dark? dancing in the moonlight, but eating in the dark, no, not good. In any event, now, I came across this feller. This guy, I would have him on a regular show. I think he is as funny and is as good as it gets. And you can have a little attribution there from TikTok. This is where I love social media. This is where, before I forget though, I'm so sorry. Hillbilly, thank you, Hillbilly. Bless your heart, thank you. Edie Crowley says, Kamala was plopped into place, no pushback. Now she is privileged not to answer questions. We are being conditioned. Edie, hun, relax. Remember, it's over. Everybody forget this? Yeah, it's done. Now what's she going to do? She's going to hide out? 67 more days? I don't think so. Edie, watch this one. Hillbilly, watch this. Watch this feller. This guy is, hang on, let me get rid of this. There we go. This guy is fantastic.
Friends, Kamala's first interview was an utter calamity.
Now, let me stop right there. Now, normally, this is a type of style. All right, let's be honest. This is a kind of style that you're normally listening to and you say, okay. And then you say, wait a minute. I like him. It reminds you of like Charles Nelson Riley, Paul Lynde. I'm just saying, I don't want to be presumptuous, but he's very good. Okay. So just listen. That's why whenever you hear somebody, don't presume whether you're going to like them or not, or whether they're going to be left or right. You never know. This is absolutely brilliant.
Well, my friends, Kamala's first interview was an utter calamity. It was also incredibly boring. I would have rather gotten a colonoscopy, but I do it for you guys. I'm a martyr. I do it for you. Now, let me start off by saying the bar is so low, it's in the 7th ring of hell. I wasn't expecting much from Kamala Harris, but I was expecting a little bit better. She's had 40 days to prepare. Kamala Harris answered those questions like she'd just been pulled over by Highway Patrol and was asked to take a breathalyzer and walk in a straight line. Like, ma'am, could you step out of the car? And she's like, my values haven't changed because they're my values. I'm gonna start calling Kamala Anna Nicole Harris. The way she was talking, it was like, I've been very clear. I love fracking. I've been clear since 2020 that I stand by fracking, Dana. Kamala Harris had 40 days to prepare and she did not give one clear, cogent, substantive answer the entire time. One thing I found incredibly ridiculous is asking Kamala Harris what she wants to do on day one. What do you want to do when you get into office? She's been vice president for almost 4 years. I also felt like Dana, whatever, was leading the witness. She was like, Kamala, did you do this because of A, B, or C? This is not the SAT multiple choice section. She's running for president of the United States. Ask her a question and let her answer. Now, Kamala Harris, she's supposed to have the best people around her with all these years of political experience, but let me tell you one mistake they made. Their biggest mistake is that they waited 40 days to do a sit-down interview. Had she been doing regular interviews, the stakes wouldn't have been that high. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. She would have developed a rapport and a cadence with all of these journalists, but instead, we're all watching now with a fine-tooth comb.
Now, that is one of the most brilliant observations. Absolutely spot on. You kept her out of the mix. You kept like, okay, she's gonna do one, just one. That's it. So get ready. Here it is. Trump, we'll get to him in a moment. Hell, he's in Pennsylvania. It's like Woodstock. He is all over the place. But no, she's the genius because her people realize she's a blithering idiot.
Now let's talk about Mr. Jazz Hands Tim Walz. He was there next to Kamala Harris the entire time, but he did not do much better. When he was asked if he lied about IVF or his military record, he said, well, my wife says I don't have the best grammar sometimes. Sir, telling bold-faced lies and then saying, well, I could have had better grammar is the most ridiculous cop-out thing I've ever heard. You clowns had 40 days to prepare, and this is the best product you could come up with. Now, my most important question about the entire interview is this. Why are you guys sitting around a dark, dingy diner slumped over tables? Why don't you look presidential at all? Why are you not sitting down doing an official interview? Kamala, yes. You're hunched over like this, waiting for a shot and a chaser. This whole thing was a calamity. If y'all were gonna do your first interview in a diner, you should have gone to the Waffle House. That place is lit up like the Chrysler Building. I'm starting to think Joe Biden extended his vacation this week because he didn't want to be around at all to answer questions about Kamala's horrific interview. I mean, they really have her hunched over this table in a dark diner. She says she doesn't support the Green New Deal, but they were really saving some electricity having all the lights off. Something else that's laughable from the entire interview is that Kamala Harris wants to blame Donald Trump for all of America's issues. But if you look at the last 16 years, 12 of those years have had Democratic presidents. Yep. She really sat there and said, well, 10 years ago this started, and 10 years ago that started. Sweetheart, Barack Obama was president 10 years ago. Get the girl a calculator. All right, my friends, we've got less than 70 days until the election. Thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment and tell me what you think about Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, everything going on today. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Absolutely excellent. And I do not know, I cannot read the name of that fellow. This is brilliant. This was better than anybody on Fox News or Newsmax or any of the others. This is just some person, brilliant writing, great editing, speaking the truth. God love him. I will try to get that anyway, but that is just phenomenal. Okay, now, this is the line. I don't know where the line is. Let me see where it is. Here's the line I think you're going to want to know. This, oh yes, this is Trump at his most brilliant, okay? Now pay attention. And I love being succinct, pellucid, limpid, and getting right to the bottom of it, okay? Listen to this. Hang on one second. Oh, Fishman says, money means nothing to the New World Order with Kamala. They have control. With Trump, they have a headache. LOL, I can smell another stolen election. Don't say that. But I'm getting a whiff of that as well, my friend, as I have been intimating most deliberately to you heretofore. Now, here we go. This is the greatest president of our lifetime. Listen carefully and remember what he said.
Today, did you see that?
Oh, that's not it. I'm sorry. Pardon me. We'll get to that in a moment. No, excuse me. I don't. Here we go. This is what I meant to say. I'm sorry. It's just little old me. Okay. Listen to this.
Kamala, and you look at what she's done to every place she's touched has turned to shit. Every single place she's touched.
I'm sorry. Have to say it. I'm sorry. One more time, please. This to me is breviloquence. It's a portmanteau of brevity and eloquence. One more time.
If you look at Kamala and you look at what she's done to every place she's touched has turned to shit. Every single place she's touched.
Have to say it. Tell me where he's wrong. Tell me where he's wrong. Now check this out. This is honey, where is he speaking today? It's in Pennsylvania. Look at this group.
All right.
Look at these people.
All the way up the hill there. Check that out.
Sir.
Oh, Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Look at that.
These people look like their bus ran out of gas and they're walking or like Woodstock or something. Isn't this incredible? Isn't this incredible? Look at this. Look at this. Look at the people. With Kamala, you got to put them on a bus for 4 hours.
This is everyone. Well, how about I be quiet and just listen?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Even if there's no chance going on.
There you go. Wasn't that something? Doesn't that say everything to you? Doesn't that tell you specifically what it is? Look. I wouldn't do this. I'm sorry. I hate to break the news to you. I wouldn't do this. Speaking of which, this is this incredible horror in Aurora, California. Don't forget Aurora. Remember that crazy MK Ultra dude?
Where Venezuelan gang members have taken over parts of the city.
Look at this.
They've taken over apartment houses because these stupid people that we have leading our country are allowing these people, these criminals, to come into our country.
Yes.
And we're going to get them the hell out of here. And this is just the beginning. Wait till you see what happens. Wait till you see what they're doing.
Did Numbnuts and Gigglebox say anything about this? Check this one out.
Colorado. Mayor, thank you very much for coming on with us. It seems it's tough to even get some confirmation of the details of what is going on there. First off, can you confirm whether or not this gang has taken over these buildings there in Aurora?
Aurora.
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, we're trying to find out who. These gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation, and then collected the rents. We have now, or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force.
Let me just stop you right there. With all due respect to Mike, what's your name there? Mike Kaufman, Aurora, or Aurora, whatever, Aurora. Can you imagine Grady Judd doing this? He said, "Get your ass out of there." I'm not going to sit back and say, "Well, apparently they have moved in, and I don't know about this." You're the mayor? Rudy Giuliani in his prime? Hell, even well, maybe not Eric, but Rudy would have said, "I'll take care of this." Oh, we'll take care of this. This is the mayor. He acts like he's talking about this like a light that keeps going out on 3rd and Main. Listen to the attitude in his voice. This is what's the matter with us.
Local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out, and arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
Why don't you have the police circle this building? What are you talking about?
This is an organized criminal effort, whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So, okay, so you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least 2 of the 3. And what I just heard from you is you don't.
I'm sorry, but the politician with me is I'm gonna say, pick up the phone, Chief. Yeah, Aurora, we're going to this apartment. I'm there. I'm the mayor. Give me a raid jacket. Somebody says police. Bring your SWAT team. Bring everybody. Call everybody. Bring weapons, swords, mace. That net, tridents, whatever you want. Small arms. And let's show up and show these bastards who means. Listen to the way he speaks. Well, we are looking into this. What? This was your chance, schmuck, to be on national TV, to activate. Think, what would Grady Judd do? Listen to this.
Know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border.
You think?
What you have, Venezuelan.
I think we're basically, I feel that we might be less than perspicacious when trying to assess the procedures at our southern border.
Does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country leave. You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border.
Well, how about picking up the phone and saying, by the way, can you tell me where do we send the bodies to? Because you're going to be, get ready. We'll meet you right across the border. If you're interested, have your ambulances or your morgue, because they're going back and they're not going to be walking. This is an armed assault. We are under attack. I don't understand this. Do you think? Well, I don't want to bring up Israel, but would they tolerate this? Who would it? Who would? I mean, just think about this. A group comes in and takes over an apartment complex. You've got to be kidding.
Many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city, because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government.
You're the mayor.
But what I think, what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good. Good people.
Stop it.
But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement is briefing me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community.
What
and so
wuss.
We believe that is happening now. We're the 51st largest city in America, with over 400,000 in population. This is only several apartment complexes, but nonetheless, I'm not going to surrender any part of this city to a criminal element.
With all due respect, it's no longer, I mean, just in the hands of the feds when you've got, we've heard reports that this gang has green-lighted its members.
By the way, don't you love the way they have this? Always have a little square, Colorado, and just the dot, so that you know where Aurora is. Aurora, Denver, right there. That's it. Such incredibly ornate graphics.
To attack your local police. What are you doing about that, Mayor?
Yes, schmuck.
Well, we're aware of that in the Denver metropolitan area, that there are elements of Tren de Aragua here. And so, we're, in terms of how our police operate, the tactics, what they're doing to protect themselves, is our number one priority.
Oh my God! What is his name? Let me see. A mayor of? Is he a Democrat? Because it sounds like he's trying to cover him. He is Mayor Michael Harold Kaufman, an American politician. Okay, what is he? What's his party? Come on, what is he? As if I gotta ask. Come on, hang on a minute. He's ex-Marine, U.S. Colorado State Treasurer. What is he? Hang on, what is he? Is he? I'm looking. Is he? Come on. What's his party? Come on. Why am I having such a hard time seeing? Come on. He was elected. Oh, United States Congress. What is it? What is it? I'm looking. He's a Oh my God. Republican. Oh my God. Do you know what I would give if I were a politician to have that? Remember Yeltsin on top of the tank? I would have had, I'd have the train de out. Oh yeah. What is happening to me? Listen to me. What is this? I would have those siege trucks go, what the hell is that? Get ready, train. Here we go. Here we go. All of a sudden, big MRAPs and all of a sudden flyovers and warthogs and dives and helicopters and just I would have space gear. Like I would own this. Surrounded. Everybody grabbed it. Do you live here? Can you prove you're here? Get out. Get out. Unbelievable. Oh, I would make it a point. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making sure you never win anything again. Dear God, it is incredible. Don't you find yourself just asking how it? So good for you, President Trump. Good for you, President Trump, for at least bringing this to our attention.
Kamala Harris surrendered our energy independence, spent hundreds of billions of dollars on the Green New Scam. She's trying to take away gas stoves and heaters. She's vowed repeatedly that we will ban fracking.
Yep.
We will always ban fracking. She just said it today. I saw it. They have a clip from like 2 years ago. She said, no, I'm in favor of fracking. Like,
No
last week.
fracking way.
Oh, no, Then they start playing clips. We will always ban fracking. There will never be fracking. The people of Pennsylvania are smart. They're not going to fall for it. She will destroy. Right. If you don't have fracking, you don't have a commonwealth. She also imposed a crippling natural gas export ban on Pennsylvania oil and gas, another catastrophe for your state. And this is all stuff that she's done.
Good. Keep it up. Keep it up. George Lennon says his jurisdiction, his responsibility, that is BS. How'd you like to be in a firefight with this guy? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely incredible. The good president. Let me see here. I think we got that one. I got that one. How about, by the way, this is a very interesting piece.
Range. They've had quite a bit of time.
This is a young lady by the name of, she's on the Rising. And this Tammy Bruce is pretty no nonsense. See, Tammy Bruce is not one of these giggle boxes. She's too serious. She's not a Judge Judy. I could at least have, she had a picture where she has a picture where she was holding a gun or something. It's like, don't use weapons as props. But in any event, this young lady was talking about specifically what is happening as to the safety of the president and others at rallies. And what have we learned pursuant to these investigations into the attempt on President Trump's life?
I think the FBI's statement at this point is very strange. They've had quite a bit of time to investigate.
There she is, Amber Duke, the Spectator Washington editor. She's excellent. She's on the Rising. She's very good.
And we still haven't learned a whole lot. I will say what I found interesting in that statement was the fact that this guy was apparently searching for Donald Trump rallies about 6 months before he added Joe Biden into that search. Now, obviously, viewers can draw their own conclusions about what that means, but my gut instinct is that suggests that Donald Trump was some kind of primary target for this guy. But this is going back to the Las Vegas shooting, right? We still don't apparently have a motive for Stephen Paddock.
Wait a minute, wait. What? The Las Vegas shooting, the motive? Let me get to the motive in a moment. That was the biggest line of garbage ever, where he dragged all of those weapons and all of that ammunition, and nobody noticed anything. I mean, he had an arsenal, on his own. Nobody said, we got a guy here who's got boxes that says ammo on it. I mean, that story stunk. But dead men tell no tales.
We never got real details about what exactly happened, how he was able to attack that country music festival. And unfortunately, it feels like we're going to go down the same black hole with this assassination attempt.
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. We will never get to the bottom. And one more thing. I don't care about motive. Crypto says, thanks, Uncle Lenny. Thank you, sir. I don't care about motive. I don't care what your motivation was. What inspired you? Who cares what the motive is? I don't care. The question I have is, did you intend to do it? And was there anybody else involved? And you see what happens? Dead men tell no tales. I would have that father under an interrogation scheme. Of course, I'd charge him with something. Now we get a little bit of a problem sometimes, depending upon the state, with accessory after the fact, or sometimes with you can conspire with a child, but sometimes family members, harboring a fugitive. Still, I would make. He knows. And by the way, somebody was asking, what about old Bobby Kennedy? What's old Bobby Kennedy saying? What's the Bobby Kennedy? And by the way, Bobby Kennedy stands for the proposition of please Make sure you center your zoom lens.
Wins, that people are going to see very different President Trump than they did during the first term. I think he's changed as a person, and I've known him for 30 years. I've sued him, I've litigated against him, and had a friendship with him even when I was litigating against him. And by the way, successfully against him.
Okay,
but I think he is. He's focused on his legacy. He said many interesting things to me about what he did wrong the last time and about how.
Now, let me tell you what he did wrong. He trusted people, and he was set up by those rat bastards that they, along with Condoleezza Rice, who suggested, remember the guy, what's the energy dude from Exxon, and all these losers, these Mattis and Kelly and all these quislings, these two-bit Judases, those quislings. Yeah, that was a problem he had.
He filled his, he had no idea he was going to win. He had no idea how to govern, and people descended on him the day that he got elected.
Don't say that. He knows how to govern. I mean, Lincoln didn't know how to govern either. He had the Civil War on his plate.
And said, you got to appoint this guy, guy. And he said, I appointed a lot of people I shouldn't have appointed. I know who they are now. He also said something interesting to me. He said, because the Democrats, one of the big sort of fulcrums of their terror of Trump is that he's going to implement this Heritage Foundation, blueprint, which is called Project 2025. And he brought this issue up to me, and he said, they're always telling me I'm for Project 2025. I never read Project 2025 until they started accusing me of it. He said, that was written by a right-wing ass. This is what he said. He said there are left-wing assholes and there are right-wing assholes, and it was a right-wing asshole who wrote that thing. And then he started going through it. So I think there's a lot, and I think he's interested in his legacy now. He wants to leave behind some accomplishments, and he wants to make our country better.
You're killing me.
And I think he's he's listening to a wider range of voices, and he's preparing to govern right now. And, I'm going to be on the transition committee, picking the people who are going to govern. Tulsi's going to be there. There's going to be a wide diversity of stakeholders, but he's listening to more than just that kind of narrow right-wing band that people are terrified of.
Okay, first of all, that's half-hearted, half-assed. That's not what I want to hear. Bobby, but he's not much of an actor. He's not much of an actor. You got to understand something. When you go on TV or whatever, you act like this is the last time a meteor may hit me. This is the last time that they're ever going to hear me. I'm going to leave you with something that's going to be, don't talk about, well, I've sued him. Sued him for what? Now people are saying they sued him? What if there's some schmuck out there who doesn't understand what the River Project is or whatever the hell he sues people for? Why would you say that, Bobby? Please. Why didn't you say, well, it wasn't anything about it? Was that E. Jean Carroll thing? No, it was about the environment. He screwed the environment up. People don't think about what they're saying. Bobby, lose that. We didn't need to know that. That sounded half-assed to me. Well, this time he's thinking about his legacy. What, he wasn't thinking about his legacy before? You're 0 for 2. It's half-assed. It's all about him. And I'm going to be on the committee. Okay, fine. Bobby, is your name still on states? Or don't tell me you're still on the ballot. Why don't you, when your billionaire campaign, your head, get off on all these states, because you ultimately could hurt, I guess. Look, good for Bobby Kennedy. We don't need, Bobby Kennedy's nice. It's good. Thank you very much. But, but I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how in the hell is this even possible? How is this even possible? The best of the evening, the best so far is this.
Kamala's first interview was an utter.
No, I'm trying to get his name. I'm so sorry. I will get his name. He is fantastic. He said it best. His review was they waited 40 days and then they said, okay, here's your first shot. And like I told you, remember this? She was hunched over. She was positioned weird in this. Stupid. But let me tell you how dumb these people are. Okay, let me tell you how about these Democrats are stupid. They say, well, we got her out of the way. No, you didn't, schmuck. Now people are saying, that's it? Well, we're going to do another one. Oh, no, that's it. That's all we're going to do. What? Oh, no, that's it. We may do something. Now, get this. Did I hear correctly, honey? Did you say that Joe Biden's going to be doing with her? Monday. They're going to bring this gassed out of his mind coot, this senescent dotard, this wizened coot. They're going to bring him so that people can say, wait a minute. Labor Day in Pittsburgh, you're going to bring this guy? This is the guy that she said was at the top of his game? Wait a minute. Whoa. This is wait a minute. What? That's the dumbest thing ever. Let him do it. What are you doing getting anywhere near him? Oh, his name is Link Lauren. Thank you. Link Lauren. Phenomenal. I'm going to do a shout out to Link. Let me tell you something. You have, Link, there we go. Link Lauren. They shut down ChatGPT too, or Twitter, get ready like you can't believe. So anyway, this is how stupid these people are. They're going to actually bring him out and have her stand next to this guy and have him say, whoa, what? Okay, now here's the rule. Number one, listen to Uncle Lenny. Number one, to people out there that you know who hate Trump, they're going to say, you know what? She did a great job. I can handle her. They're not even asking whether she's any good because all they know is the choice is if it were Trump or a fire plug or a soap dish or a speed bump or a dart, they would pick the latter or the last, I guess. You understand this, right? You got that? Don't try to, please. Don't get into this business about, well, my sister-in-law, I tried to talk to her, but she just don't do that. So, by the way, says, Pops, sharpest attack. I guess that was just a grammar error, right? Tampon Tim? Excellent. So, you should write this stuff. Very good. The reference back I like quite a bit. So, they're going to now say, well, now what are you going to do? Well, we already had the interview. No, we want other interviews. What? We want another interview. You want another interview? Even David Axelrod, others are saying, what are you talking about with this stuff? So my friends, remember this. This is a joke. But what's the thing that scares me the most? What's the thing that scares Uncle Lenny the most? The ballots. This, the paper, where it goes. Somebody get Lara Trump there to go through this. Here's what we're going to do. We went through the rules. Have you purged them? Have you cross-referenced? How do I know? Are you telling me that every ballot that is mailed out, I've got some ways of maybe scanning it? Is there a reference number? Is there something? How do I know that 123 Main Street is not the home of 100 people? How do I know that this could be a one-room shack, or it could be an empty lot, or it could be a Best Buy, or whatever the hell it is? Have you gone through this? That's the easiest, because everybody's going to be looking at the precincts. Everybody's going to be looking at what is he? Do you got an ID there? I got an ID. Okay, let me make sure. Hey, Pedro, where are you from? I'm from Venezuela, but I sign up. Okay, while you're looking over there, there's somebody in the back, somebody in Harrisburg, or who's sitting back in Pennsylvania going through this. How many we have here? They're coming in more. Wow. And all of those are on the rolls. You've got 100,000, let's say for the sake of argument, you've got 100,000 absentee votes, and you got 100,000, lo and behold, that are mailed in. And out of that 100,000, guess what? 98,000 of them are voting for Kamala. Find the fraud. Can you see the fraud there? Is there any fraud? Looks good to me. It looks personal. That's it. Nobody filled in the blanks. There's also provisional voting and there's all that kind of stuff right now. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. And guess what they're going to say? If you try to bring this up again, if you try, they're going to say, oh, here you go again. Oh, another Sidney Powell going to unleash that Kraken. Is that it? What is this? Jenna Ellis, one of you folks? Remember Joe DeGeneva and his wife, Victoria Tenzing? They were so good. I don't know where they are now. They're just gone. But they were part of that team. Rudy Giuliani, poor Rudy. They're going after all of his assets. They're just grinding him into dust. But, and do you think any of these rich bastards in New York, all of the hedge funders could say, no, we're going to take care of Rudy. You saved our city. You saved it. What he did after 9/11, but I'm not holding my breath. You think they would say, Rudy, you don't worry about anything. We've got money. We will raise money for you, fundraisers. He's a little out of it, maybe hitting the sauce too much. I don't know. Who am I to judge? What are you going to say? So listen, my friends, you listen and you listen good. Right now, as we speak, 67 days until the election. They're going to try to keep her out of the public eye. 67 days. Can they do it? Can they do it? Is America stupid enough to vote for her? Sure it is. Absolutely. Nelson A. says, by the way, Uncle Lenny, how much do you trust Nate Silver, according to a new poll? 5.1% points in Electoral College up for Trump. If they cheat legally, so can our people. We love you. Well, let me tell you something. I'll check that. What's it? 531 or whatever. That's nice. Again, it's the internal polls that matter. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's say you hypothetically were on the team and you had the chance to ensure that President Trump won. Would you do something illegal that wouldn't? Let's see. I mean, we're not talking about hurting people, but let's say you had the way to throw it, to break the rules, count stuff that maybe you shouldn't have. You know you would in a heartbeat. You know you wouldn't say, "Oh no, fair is fair." Nonsense. You'd say, "We're going to win this thing." Hell, they cheated before. Now it's paybacks or hell. You would do it. You would do it. It would be like espionage, or you would be a freedom fighter. Okay. That theory is possessed by the enemy as well. They feel the same way. They don't look at this as any kind of a crime. They don't look at it as anything. They think, well, the system merely being exploited. That's all it is. It's been done before. Won't be the first time. Won't be the last time. The ends justify the means. Plausible deniability. They don't know about it. I did this on my own. That's exactly the way they feel. Because this is for keeps. You got that? I think you got that. I hope you got that. All right, my friends. So Nelson, thank you. Soul76, thank you. Joseph Ferretti, thank you, Joseph Ferretti. Crypto Domini, Big Dick from Chi-Town, thank you. George Lenz, a good Fishman, thank you. Edie Crowley and Hillbilly, God love yous. God loves yous. Don't forget also, October the 26th. Oh my God, October the 26th in New York City at the Cutting Room. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, October the 26th. That's it. That's the number to get plenty of tickets. Well, now, but there are fire rules, so make sure you get there now. And just think of all the other brothers and sisters you'll meet. Think about that one. Friends you might have only just spoken to online. The real McCoy, as it were. In addition, dear friends, please follow the incredibly important work of Mrs. L. Here are her links right there. Mrs. L's right there. This is Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. Lynn's Warriors. Follow it now. And on X as well. Lynn's Warriors. And those are the links. I put it right there. So you go and link that, takes you right to that page. All right, dear friends, sit tight, be careful, be aware, focus, focus, focus. It's going to be a long slog. We're not done yet. Haven't even gone to the first debate. Just remember, be patient. Don't lose your mind. And when you talk to friends of yours, relatives, act like they're crazy. Say, of course you're right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. The law. I am the law. Indeed. Always talk to your relatives and your friends like they're crazy. I know he will. I know she's a good person. Yes. She's wonderful. She did great. Didn't she do great? Wonderful. Warm and so thorough and comprehensive. And he was fantastic. Oh, Trump better watch out with these two. Mock them mercilessly. Do you hear what I have to say? All right. Okay, who loves you? Uncle Lenny loves you. And Donald Trump loves you. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that punum. Look at that. Look at that face. God bless him. All right, dear friends, we love you. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Also, make sure you subscribe to Lionel Nation. I got one new video drop and they drop. That's what the kids call it, dropping during the day. All right, friends, have a great and glorious day. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Until then, remember these words: monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.